Now on this show, I want to take a look at a new Australian, I guess you'd call it documentary, that is out now called Wash My Soul in the River's Flow. Now, this film actually came from a very famous concert that Archie Roach and his partner Ruby Hunter put on, where basically the songs of the night were inspired by Ruby Hunter, who sadly passed away a few years ago, early life, about what it was like for her growing up on the Murray River in South Australia and then becoming part of the Stolen generation. Now, this documentary has been put together by Philippa Bateman, and this is a documentary that I can only describe as absolutely beautiful. I'll admit that I haven't really been a fan of Archie Roach's music over the years. I mean, I've heard some of his songs on the radio, but he hasn't been an artist that I've gone out to track down the music of or anything like that. So that was one of the reasons why I went into this documentary wondering how I'd find the documentary. But I ended up finding this to be an absolutely fantastic documentary. What Philippa Bateman has done with this film as a filmmaker is nothing short of sensational. She's brought together the footage of Archie and Ruby putting together the concert and working with the orchestra that's led by Paul Grabowski, putting it all together, but she then intercuts it with the rehearsal footage, the footage of Archie and Ruby talking about what the songs are about, actual concert footage, but then this beautiful footage of the Murray River from Ruby's home country. It's so brilliant. The footage that Philippa Bateman has been able to get alongside her cinematographer is nothing short of brilliant. This is the kind of footage that companies out there will use for screensavers because it is such a beautiful part of Australia. But what also moves this documentary along is Ruby and Archie's story. How nobody has turned their love story into a romantic drama, I don't know. In fact, I can't think of too many more Australians that deserve a biopic more than Ruby and Archie. Their story is so beautiful. It is heartbreaking what happened to both of them. And to anybody out there who dismisses the Stolen generation as something frivolous, go and watch this film and you will learn just how it has emotionally affected those that have been through it. I mean, I'm a 42-year-old male, and I found myself in tears at times during this documentary. An amazing story. The footage is just amazing. Like I mentioned, the footage that Philippa and her cinematographer were able to capture of this Murray River region is just absolutely amazing. The other thing too, this documentary needs a soundtrack. The music is just absolutely amazing. I'll admit that ever since I watched this documentary, I've been listening to the music of Archie Roach and Ruby Hunter, and I am just loving it. It's so amazing. It is so heartfelt. So if you want to watch a documentary at the moment that is going to affect you emotionally, go and watch Wash My Soul in the River's Flow. This is one of the most important films of this year, and I'm giving it 5 stars.